Hey, this is Majin, and here's my comic pull list and some reviews for November 8th, 2017. We'll start off with Batman Detective Comics number 98968. This is the final issue that's dealing with Tim Drake from the future coming back to the past, wanting to kill Batwoman. And for the most part, okay, this is where we kind of go paint by numbers here because it's pretty much what you would expect. He pretty much is capable of beating everybody, but at the very end he fails. And there's always a little twist at the end where people go, "Oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming." And in this case, that might be truly the case. Didn't see it coming. And he goes back and then it's like, "Well, you'll see, I was right." So that being said, has the story been entertaining? Sure, it's been entertaining. The art's been. I've liked the art. I would have liked to have seen maybe another issue of, because basically what happened was they split the team into two. There's the Batman, Robin, Nightwing in the Batcave, and you had Batwoman and Clayface and Azrael and all those people in the tower. And it's like they get attacked by those drones. And I think that this would have been a great opportunity, for them to shine in the sense of, okay, how do they defend against the drones? Okay, then Tim Drake from the future shows up. How do they defend against him? And I think that would have been, that's exactly what I was looking for, in all honesty. Just something that showcased them without the Batman and without the Robin, and let them stand on their own. And they could have really shown some growth compared to the beginning, as from working as a team. But of course, DC skips important details like that. I haven't read this one yet. And by the way, the big news, I'm sure everybody's heard, Brian Michael Bendis leaves Marvel for DC. Now, the funny thing I saw online about this was half the people, the Marvel fans, going, "Thank God," and the DC fans going, "Oh my God, I can't believe we don't want this to happen." Now, I get where people are coming from on both sides. Bendis, he is a good writer, despite what people say. I mean, because if you really think about what he did, he took Daredevil, and it went from a nothing title to something that was really good. He fixed the Avengers. I mean, whether or not you agreed with the team, whether or not you agreed, well, geez, what do you expect when you put Wolverine, Spider-Man, Captain America, on one team? What do you expect? And it's true. When you put a team like that together, you normally do hit home runs. But it's the fact that he put all those people together. He, for better or for worse, basically worked with the other writers and artists and did, at least 4 major events. 5 if, there's the Civil War too. So he's done a lot of popular titles. He started Ultimate Universe. Granted it failed, but I don't think it failed necessarily because of him. It failed because a lot of the stuff that they were doing was just garbage. But Ultimate Spider-Man was good until he started to do, well, we got to copy everything that the other books did in Spider-Man, and then once he stopped doing that, then it got better again. But anyways, I'm off topic a little bit about that. Anyways, part of the thing is he got bored. I mean, you can tell he got bored. And I'm hoping that when he goes to DC, he'll put out some really good books. He'll, basically be that creative surge that he needs. I hope he stays off Batman. While he is a good crime noir writer, he's too wordy. And Batman, it doesn't need a lot of words. So I'm hoping he stays off that. But I don't see. I mean, he can actually. You know what? I think he can take the Justice League, and I think he can just hit a home run with that. And that's, even though I know people don't like that, but look at what Justice League's been doing recently, and you better hope Bendis gets on Justice League. But anyways, let's look at continue on with more stuff. We got Batman Lost, number 1, Dark Knights, dark metal version, tie-in. This is the issue here where it's basically Bruce Wayne, Batman being trapped. And it's a great mind game where, they're basically just jacking with him. And they give him clues on how to get out, but it's the clues aren't like obvious. The clues are basically doing the opposite of what they really want you to do. And surprisingly, I really thought he was going to bust out of this mental trap, but he doesn't at the end. And, which is actually kind of good, I think, because if he broke free, then it follows the same formula as everything that's been done in the past. And I understand that this is probably the point of this issue, but this is really jumbled. The way they're just throwing random stories together that ties into weird things. I mean, there's some plot points where you can kind of go, well, yeah, I can kind of see where that connects to. For an example, Bruce Wayne jumping through time. There's a little piece of that in here. It's completely twisted and wrong, but it's still, you can see how things are connecting. And when it was doing that, it kind of makes things a little bit difficult to follow at times. But that's the intent. So I'm just warning you ahead of time if you haven't read this yet. It can be a little bit confusing, but the payoff is there. There's a couple panels that are really creepy, and I really appreciate it. It needed more of it. I won't say this issue necessarily needs more, but this story arc is going to need more of that. Hal Jordan, Bats Out of Hell, number 3. This was supremely disappointing. And I have a feeling I'm going to get some people who are going, what are you doing? You're crazy. And I'll tell you why. Here's the problem. You have Hal Jordan, and he's getting messed with also. Was it Daybringer? I want to say Daybringer, but I know it's not Daybringer. But whatever that guy's name is, he's jacking up Hal. And he's trying to use fear against Hal. And, Hal keeps going, bring it on, I'm more than that, bring it on, I'm more, bigger and better, bring it on, there's more bigger, better people who have done worse to me than this. And then the next thing you see, he's beat. And I'm just going, my God, this could have been the best fight ever. You know what I mean? You have Hal Jordan, he's, granted he got a little beat up a little bit, but he's defiant, and you have a relentless enemy who, is going to do whatever it takes to crack him. And, in the beginning part, Hal's winning, so you just want to see him get beat. You don't want to see him dragged, to where everybody else is. You want to see the actual battle between them. I mean, it's like, it's like watching, I'll tone it down for you, but so more of you can relate to it. But, it's like watching Batman, one of the animated cartoons, and then the last 10 minutes is taken out. And then the last thing you see is Batman taking the Joker or whoever it is into custody with handcuffs. That's what it's like. It's like you missed the most crucial part of the story, and it's gone. And it just, it just drives me crazy that people think that this is good writing, good editing. I mean, yeah, I get it that they have only so many issues to tell these tales, but it's about time we do something different, because you keep throwing these little plot points and you don't fulfill their full potential. And I think that's where it's hurting. It's horrible. It's a crime. See, and then that's why I don't get why people don't read manga, because those fights, sometimes it's repetitive, sometimes it's over the top, but the fights on good shonen titles are the best you'll ever see. by far. Especially what's going on in the My Hero Academia. The fight is phenomenal. It crushes everything that Marvel or DC has put out in the last 5 years by far. Okay, Redlands. I haven't read this yet. And Scooby-Doo of the Apocalypse. I kind of looked through it. It's kind of sad at the end, and we get Secret Squirrel. So, I mean, why wouldn't you want to buy a book that is going to feature the stories of Secret Squirrel? Anyways, that's it for today. Like, share, let me know what you guys picked up, what you guys are looking forward to reading the most. We'll have more stuff later. And until next time.